All right, well then that is the thing that I'm saying doesn't really violate anything, so it's more permissible. But I don't. The thing is, I just don't think that this is possible. To be honest with
But okay, so just hear me out, and then Pat, you can go. There is something that's used, an intuition that is used when concerning the rules for safety or evacuation. You know, women and children, elderly. I would say that intuition is deeply rooted in, you know, like I'm more naturalist in that respect, in what is more of a moral worth. Children, women, highest moral worth. Elderly is going next, and then the rest.
No, I don't. I actually don't think that that's necessarily the maximum. Actually, I think that you could actually justify a policy like that on Kantian grounds. But the moment you started suggesting that women and children have more worth than men, you would actually be violating the fundamental. You could do it in terms of recognizing that all of the individuals involved have the same moral worth, but some individuals, under a context where not everybody can survive, are volunteering to prioritize the women and children because they all are abiding by some kind of value of protecting women and children or whatever, not because they think that they're worth less as in them, but because they all are taking on a role of defending them as men, right, or something like that. Then I think that that's fine.
But you see, you sort of like you're putting in brackets there, in that view, subjective perception of women and children having more moral value or individual value than them. And
no, I don't think
they. I don't think.
If I wanted to sacrifice, if only two people could fit in a lifeboat, and I'm there with my wife and my children, and I volunteer to sacrifice myself so that they can live, it's not because I think of myself as worth less than them, right? Like that's actually a consistent, rational view. It's because I'm volunteering to take on the sacrifice that one of us was going to have to take on necessarily anyway, to ensure that the people who I value living can continue to live, even if it's
which is an understandable emotional answer.
Well, it's social and it's sentimental, but my point is, it doesn't need to be motivated by a maxim that starts with the premise.
Yeah, but let's take your
before you go, I'm just going to examine
worth is less. That's my point. Like, that doesn't necessarily have to be my motivation.
So two directions. I'm not going to pursue them because it's a very long discussion.